Hello everybody, my name is Lou DeCamps and I have the privilege of speaking one-on-one with my friend as well as my sponsor Mark Hoverson.
Lou, how are you?
Excellent. How about you, Mark, today?
I've never been better. Thanks for having the time for me today.
I wanted everybody to see that Mark Hoverson, I have him on a cartoon character, and here he is. If you don't know who he is the top producer in Global Resorts Network. And what's so unique about Mark is his approach is very simple. Many of us complicate things and we wonder why we get the results we do. So I'm here today to basically ask Mark, what one thing would you recommend to me or anybody else who wants to make it in network marketing today?
Well, I would say if you want to make it online, branding is the key. When I got started, my vision was if people don't buy, okay, the reason people don't buy is something called buyer's resistance. Okay, if you have buyer's resistance, you're not going to buy. But price is not the main reason for buyer's resistance. It's lack of understanding what either the product is or it's lack of trust in the transaction, meaning, am I sure that this is a safe, good transaction? So I thought to myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything I can to eliminate reasons for buyer's resistance. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of the idea of buyer's resistance. Therefore, what I did was I just started branding myself, because if people could learn to know, like, and trust me, right?
Correct.
Yes, vision, no buyer's resistance. Lou, you were a good handwriter at school, huh?
Yes, I was.
It's tricky to write online.
It's,
It is.
it takes a
It is,
while.
because these are cute notes, to say the least. Okay, so here's the deal. I knew that if people could just, if they resonated with me and they saw very clearly what the promise of our package and our pay plan was, that they'd buy. And so I just went about really, really, really showing the full Monty, showing the membership, showing it in action. I went all over the place. I've been to Hawaii, Phoenix, Orlando, Texas, San Francisco. I've used our membership all over the place. And what I did was I got really into the membership and I stuck with the program. Most people have ADD when it comes to MLM. They jump from one hot thing to the next hot thing to the next hot thing, thinking everything's going to be a bullet, instead of understanding that if they're anchored in on a good product, they can just run with it. And so I stuck with it. And it was over a year ago. It was 2008. This was like, we're talking 2 years ago, when the recession hit, that I got emails from people in GRN, including one of my uplines, and the email said, GRN is dead, the recession killed it. Here I am, millions of dollars later, but what if I believed that? What if I believed their naysaying? What if I believed their fear? I didn't. And so, you asked for one secret. The one secret is you just got to go for it. And you got to go big or go home. So what I did was I said I was going to go for it all the way. And really, I anchored in. I made a decision, and then all the sources of the universe aligned to it. But people want to see decision before they're going to spend money and join you. And they saw that I was committed. They saw that I wasn't going to flit off to 1,000 different businesses every day. So I would say, Lou, that would probably be the main thing. Stick to itiveness, and just branding and casting the vision that I had for the business and my dreams to the people.
I like the sports analogy you used, Mark. Either go big or go home. I'm just writing some of this down also on paper. But what do you feel, you said the stick-to-itiveness, the steps that you've taken when you get hit hard with obstacles. Let me keep it simple. What steps have you taken to prepare yourself on a daily basis?
Well, the size of your vision is going to dictate what you can take. So I've never been hit hard because my vision is so big, right? So even though I've had there's mosquitoes at every picnic. There's bugs at the picnic. But if your vision is very small, well, you're gonna flake out because you don't have the vision that's big enough. You don't have the pull that's big enough to do anything. I just got back last week from an amazing Hawaiian vacation with my wife and my two oldest kids that are 6 and 5. We hiked jungles. We did snorkeling. We did amazing things. We stayed at a great place. Those kind of visions that I have for my kids. I want my kids to see the world. I want them to understand the world. One of my lifelong dreams was to compete in an Ironman. I was going to see this business as a tool for me to achieve all my dreams, literally all my childhood dreams. Just yesterday I was looking at a cockatoo. They're a cool bird. They're kind of fancy. Now, who thinks about getting a cockatoo? They're $2,000. The cage is another $1,000. They're kind of a hassle, but they're cool. But you've got to have money and time freedom where your mind can start wandering and saying, what am I really looking at in life? So for me, I might have a cockatoo working next to me. But the point is, my vision is to live from my heart. It's not to live from my paycheck. And so it's a big difference when you're living heart-centered versus living money. A lot of people are just slaves to money. They're slaves to money instead of servants of their vision. I just wasn't going to tolerate that.
That is awesome, Mark. Wow, just that's 8 minutes of just living with your heart, getting a big vision and sticking to your big vision, because the size of the vision is what the end result is going to end up at. And that's to me is a classic gem. And I appreciated what you just said. Expect the mosquitoes.
Exactly. Lou, thanks for having me on.
Mark, thank you so much. Again, everyone, this is Mark Hoverson and Lou DeCamps. Have yourself a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you.